Welcome to this week's edition of VO Babble. This is the edition that we're going to talk about what we do for warming up before we start getting into our scripts, before we start auditioning, before we start doing anything about creating a demo, our daily warm-ups maybe before we even set our faces in front of our mics. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So let's get started. And again, we want Cindy to go first.
Hi. So what I do, and this might seem like kind of trite, but I do brush my teeth. I floss my teeth, and so I do all that. I think I even gargle. Anyway, not gargle, rinse my mouth out. But I use this one app, and I can't remember how I found it, and it's called Diction, and it takes you through this exercise, more than one exercise. It doesn't take a very long time, but it's called Activate Your Voice. Activate Your Voice.
Ah,
And, um, and I just follow it. I go through the whole thing, and I feel like I get a pretty good warm up. The other thing is I do hydrate and water. And then the other thing I use, I can't remember where I got this from, is in between, like if I'm doing more than one take, I do use apple juice. And that kind of helps with that. I don't even know what that sound is, but there is a sound that can come out, and the apple juice can kind of help with that. I do have a pop screen, but this app I think is really good for me. It works for warming up.
nice. That sound is pops and clicks. That's what happens.
That's it. Yes.
All right, cool. I like that. That's good information. Douglas. I'm just going down the line of the pictures that I see. I could go to John because he's on the other side of it. I don't know which way you want to go.
Um, as far as warming up, I haven't really done a lot in warming up, but I hear these things. You shouldn't drink milk before you do a script, as it affects your voice or your vocal cords. I don't know if that's true or not. I've heard that, but the apple juice I hadn't heard. That's probably a good idea to try something like that. Yeah, brushing your teeth. And I noticed that my voice sounds different throughout the day too. In the morning, it's a little more like it is right now, but I've noticed at night, like after all day long, it sounds a little different. I don't know. It's not like a helium kind of voice, but it just feels it just feels different, and I can't explain it. But that's kind of what I notice in mine. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that same thing. Their voice changes in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, your voice will be different in the morning than afternoon and evening. Absolutely. A lot of
Mhm.
people, especially if you have a deep voice, you're deeper in the mornings
Mhm.
sometimes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Smoking a cigar or a cigarette, might help get you that raspy tone if you're looking for that, but, not recommended by the Surgeon General, obviously. But I like a good cigar every once in a while. You know what I mean? But as far as warming up, I haven't done a lot of things. I'll try to, I'll read through the script a few times and try to get, the flow going on it. But that's more the practice part too. But maybe that's more getting my voice in tune to do the script. So that's all.
Okay. Jeff, you're next.
I'm next.
Give us your wisdom, your knowledge.
All right. Well, I don't always warm up probably as much as I should. Definitely need to be hydrated. That's definitely important, as Cindy said. And I have heard a lot of people will say that green apples, similar to the apple juice, green apples will kind of help clean out your mouth. I don't know for me if it's worked or not. I used to have a lot of mouth noise when I was starting off in voiceover. I mean, when I would listen back to my recordings, I'm like, oh my God. I remember doing a couple of YouTube videos, narrations. They were like 10 minutes long, and they were taking me like 2 hours to edit because I'm trying to edit out all the little mouth noise in between words. It was driving me nuts. And eventually I found Isotope RX standard that has the mouth declick, and that thing's a godsend. It's unbelievable how well it works, and it doesn't affect your voice. But I have noticed as I've done more voiceover over the years that the mouth noise I don't have it like I used to. And I think maybe there's a confidence level there that I can't explain it. But every once in a while I do, on a certain day I may have a little more mouth noise. And so I just try to stay hydrated. Like I said, that RX standard processing with the mouth declick is amazing. But as far as warm-ups, one thing that I learned in radio production class in college, and I did it all through when I was on TV, is just stretch out your mouth. Just you're literally stretching the muscles. And it's amazing how your diction, you just feel like you can speak clear. So I do that all the time. Just stretch out my mouth. It helps me. The diction app, I hadn't heard of that, what Cindy was talking about, but I have a list of rhymes, and you just kind of read through those. I should do that more. I've kind of gotten away from doing that. Another warm up that Larry Hudson taught me is just take a sentence. Like I have a sentence here from a script. We are all chasing something. And then just say that sentence. It can be any sentence, but just say it over and over again, but put pauses after each word. Like we are all chasing something. 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 And this also is a good exercise. If there's a certain word that you're just having a hard time pronouncing, we all come across words that we just struggle through. And a lot of times, once you get the pronunciation down and you say it over and over again, you still have a problem saying the words leading up to it or after it. This is another exercise that has helped me kind of work through that issue. And I even did it once in a directed session, which again, Larry Hudson suggested. If you're doing a directed session and you're just having a problem with this one sentence or one word, tell them, hey, give me a second. I got to work through this and do this. A lot of times you'll even impress the client. They're like, wow, that was a pretty cool process you just went through. But so that sometimes I'll do that for warming up. It's just read and just put pauses in where you can you still want to try to make sense of the sentence with the pause. And a lot of times the pauses don't make sense, but it's just a way of, it's one thing I like to do to warm up. I guess that's it.
Nice. No, that's good. That's good info. Good info. John, sir.
Well, everybody's covered everything pretty much. I would double down on the brushing teeth thing. I think that helps clean out the mucus and things in your mouth, and that will certainly cut down on the mouth noise. Avoiding dairy, chocolate in particular, like I'll have a piece of chocolate for dessert after lunch and then go record something. Forget about that. and those really good ideas that Jeff put forward. So there you have it.
Bill DeWeese mentioned when he has mouth noise, a certain kind of gum that he'll chew. And I can't remember what it is because I actually think I had some around here because I tried that and it didn't work for me. But
wasn't it Trident that he, because I remember him talking about it as like Trident.
It might have been. It might have been.
Spearmint or something.
Yeah,
like
I think so. So you got to find out what works for you.
I thought it was double bubble, but I might be wrong.
I like the point you made, Jeff, about stretching your mouth muscles.
Yeah.
Doing that and getting your muscles in your mouth and your jaws and everything limbered up. I mean, if you're going to go do a workout in the gym, you stretch your muscles out first. Same way with this. It just makes sense. Yeah, that's a great idea, I think.
Yes. I will put in my 2 cents. I basically put in 2 cents when it comes to warm-ups. I really don't do any warm-ups. I wake up, okay, I do brush my teeth and use mouthwash, Cindy. I don't do any recordings until probably around 10 o'clock in the morning. I don't do recordings real early. I don't do recordings late in the afternoon. I will wait for the next day around between 10 and 11. And I don't know why my voice, to me, works better then than any other time of the day. But, like Jeff said, in the morning, I'm kind of grumbly and, full of junk in my lungs. And, the words just don't come out right. And my voice doesn't sound right. But by around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, I'm getting back to normal and as normal as I can get. But I feel better recording that. When I get into my recording booth, I will read the script out loud. I'll read it over once or twice. That's my warm-ups. I don't do any real mouth stretches. I don't do any rhymes, rubber baby buggy bumper. I don't do any of that because I can't say that fast. But I just get in there and I start working at it. It may take me a little bit longer to get that first, recording done, maybe the first one or two recordings, but by the time I've gotten through those, then, the next ones seem to roll a lot faster. So, and they seem to work. My mouth seems to work a little bit better. So that's mine. It's probably not good advice for people out there in the voiceover world that, really should do something to get their mouths and their voice ready to go. But that's what I've been doing year after year, day after day. And I feel comfortable with that. So there we go. We've talked about warm-ups. Some good, no, I won't go there. I'm not going to do it again.
that could be your J.J. Williams, J.J. Walker's Dynamite.
Oh, yeah.
You could do good and bad, the ugly, and then the little music after every one, that could be your running gag.
Yeah. And in 20, 30 years, you'll be doing a commercial on TV selling life insurance or reverse mortgages or something.
Exactly. Would that be the ugly part of it or
I think that would be.
Thanks for tuning in, or hopefully somebody tuned in.
Hit the like button, right?
Oh, yeah, thank you. Oh, geez, I got to do that. Oh, man. Hey, remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, subscribe, it's free. It's my second favorite 4-letter word that starts with an F. And all of you get your minds out of the gutter. My first favorite F word, that 4-letter F word, is food. Okay. Yes.
That's what we thought.
Yeah, of course. Hit that subscribe, do the like button, ring the bell so that you get notified when our next podcast comes up. So there you go. And we're done for this week and hope to see you next week.